Hello, everyone. This is Dalibor from Prague, Czech Republic. Welcome, everyone, to today's call. I'm going to be your host today, and together with me there is Garth Wright, my friend and great leader and actually great speaker. So I will try to speak just as little as possible because he is much better than me. Garth, are you with us?
I am here, Dalibor, and I don't agree at all. I think that you're a wonderful speaker, and long after I'm no longer on any stages in the world, you will be speaking to hundreds of thousands, if not millions. That's my personal opinion, and that's my goal for you. I always have goals for my people that are bigger than my own.
Okay, great. Well, I guess the goal of this webinar will be to get other people who were not with us in Croatia excited about these kind of trips. And I am pretty sure that Garth or some other speakers who I will be inviting to join us will be talking about that, because enjoying the sea and the hotels and the food and all these stuff, these are great things. We will play some of the images, hopefully, if it works now. Yeah. But I would like to mention, to kickstart the call, I would like to mention one thing which was really important, and which I realized myself, that in today's world we can easily build business with people we have never met with, and we didn't even know how they actually look like, because we can communicate over the internet. And I'm doing it in a big way, and I'm a big fan of recruiting over the internet. But I still really believe in the human touch, in the meeting with people face to face. And I believe that this is exactly the reason why these trips are so important, that you can not only meet with the corporate, with the leaders, but you can actually meet with other people, from other markets, other distributors from other markets, and share the experience. You can discuss what are the difficulties on different markets, what works on different markets, and share the experience, and really enjoy the lifestyle together. Because at the end of the day, we are not here to work all our life. We are here to enjoy our life, right? That's the reason why we joined network marketing business. And if we can enjoy it together and share some wisdom, some thoughts, some ideas together, it really helps to build our business. I'm sure that a lot of us guys really enjoyed the testimonials from the Russians with Allura, and they have some crazy ways how to use Allura. Garth probably can tell you about it more. He knows all the stories. But these things really excites me, that we can meet with each other and enjoy the lifestyle, which actually is possible in network marketing. So that's what I thought was important to mention, that all the new people, and actually many guests are here as well, not only distributors, but also people from outside who didn't make their decision yet, to let them know that it's not just about work, it's also about having fun and enjoying the life. So that's all I wanted to share with you. As I said, there are more people going to speak. So Garth, maybe you can kickstart with what you thought about the trip.
Well, I was wondering, could you start that slide presentation?
Oh, you mean I should play all of the pictures? Okay. I don't know if it will work automatically. Probably not.
Okay. I'm waiting on the images because the images really tell a big story about our trip and what we experienced. A lot of
Oh,
it
so
had to do.
you mean that you can't see the screen, or
There
can
we
you?
go.
Ah,
Okay.
okay, my fault. Sorry, I didn't switch it on.
Okay. Can you go to the first slide
Yep.
and keep going? Should. There we go. So Yeah, there we go. The NHT Global incentive trip, it was at a 5-star hotel, the Grand Admiral, and you can see it there in the foreground, um, and on a beautiful bay. And this was about a 45-minute drive. We went by bus from the airport, maybe an hour from the airport in Dubrovnik, up to this town, little village called Slano. But not the place you'd expect to see such a fabulous 5-star hotel, but wow, it was really a wonderful, wonderful place. It was a little bit of paradise. Can you show the next picture? Yeah, that's looking from the sea at the hotel, and we enjoyed those pools and those chairs by the sea. Next picture. Yeah, that's when you're driving up to it. Again, for the picture. And that was the view from the balcony of the room that I had with, actually 2 rooms in the hotel with my wife and 3 boys, looking over my favorite sport, tennis courts, and then that incredible bay. We actually stayed there for 6 days more after the team left so that we could enjoy that incredible place. Keep going. This pool, that jacuzzi, I'll always remember in the middle left that you see, because our smallest boy, Sevik, he's 4, he loved to be in that hot bubbling water. And my wife and the other boys loved that nice, cool, salt water pool. Okay, another picture. And that's my family with the great Vice President Maya Spindler, who I actually have known since a year before I joined NHT Global. And it was great to have her there. We just had her there for that first evening, but she gave a wonderful talk. Next picture. And Thomas Kanapek, he came on Friday, actually, before the others came on Monday, and spent Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He had his own apartment right near Anna, me and the boys in Dubrovnik, and we had a really wonderful time. No time on this webinar to show you all those pictures and talk about it, but I was with Thomas today, and we were remembering this trip and can't wait to go back. You know, I just really want to kidnap that guy and take him with me every time my family goes on the trip. It was a lot of fun. This picture. And there, Joe and Margaret. And that's up on the wall in the walled city. Maybe, Dalibor, it's time to get one of those guest speakers to come on.
All right, I can see Karina here. Karina, I will try to unmute you. So if you want to share your experience from that trip, you have to unmute your microphone, Karina, so everybody can hear you. Or maybe if Isa is ready right now, maybe you can try it, and then we can get back to Karina later on. Isa, can you hear us?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you. I'm really in all these memories now with Garth's pictures, and I really truly can tell that it's worth coming to such an incentive to meet all the people. Actually, I had fantastic opportunity to meet Joe and have talks on dinner and on lunch, and he was on my boat, and it's so fantastic to meet all these beautiful people. And you just told me you just wanted to call Karina. She is a true friend now from mine. She was on this boat as well, so you get to know these people, and it's really a lot of fun.
Okay, thank you, Isa. So Garth, do you want to continue and tell us?
Well, here you can see that we're. This is that first morning or first day, actually. I think that people arrived, and we headed right out and break into groups and having a great time, and wonderful to have Joe there. This is part of the Russian and Kazakh group, and you can see over there, second from the right, from the foreground right, Elena Kazurova, who moved up to level 6, and you can see Joe Garcia in the back, standing on the left with Thomas, and over on the right you can see my wife, and then down at the end of the table you can see those little boys, and those are my boys. And anyway, so it's just another example of wonderful fellowship time that was happening when we were on the trip. And this was the the bus trip that evening. Imagine everybody arrived after some really exhausting travel, and then they were up for hopping on the bus and heading into Dubrovnik to a really fantastic restaurant, which you can see some of the pictures in the next images. Here's as we're walking toward the walled city. And next picture. Here's inside, and you can see this is really an amazing place, Dubrovnik. This is Thomas with Larissa, and then here's the restaurant. Can you imagine that? I mean, it's like something out of a movie. That's the sea right out there. And there's some pictures, a few pictures of some of our people at tables having dinner in the next images.
I know this is the restaurant was not the Irish pub, but Sonia, how did you like it there?
Very fun. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can.
Well, we did find our own little Irish pub in the middle of Dubrovnik, which we were very surprised about. But I just would like to say about this trip, from the minute we arrived, I felt like a movie star when I walked through the airport, and there's this driver holding up the NHT Global sign with my name on it, and took us straight to the hotel. Straight to a 5-star hotel, which was unbelievable. You've seen the pictures there, and Garth has shown you, like, the hotel had its own beach. It was just incredible. The views were spectacular. What I loved about the trip was, of course, meeting all my friends, Isa, Karina and Saul, who we ended up having an interconnecting room with. So we had our own little private parties, guys, that you missed, except Thomas did get an invite. But it was just fantastic to hear the Russians, and I know you mentioned this a few minutes ago, Dalibor, and how they use one of NHT Global's very first products, Allura Lux. And I thought I knew everything about Allura Lux, but I didn't, and I don't. And it was just mind-blowing to hear all the benefits that they can use Allura Lux for. And that's one of the fantastic things about the trips, because when you go, you meet distributors from other countries, and they have their ways of using the products, and you learn so much more by just talking to them. It was just everybody, I think, was blown away when the Russians gave the presentation on Allura Lux, and hopefully we can get most of that translated and get some of the testimonials. I think you might be working on that, Dalibor. But look, all in all, I have to say it was an absolutely fantastic trip. Croatia itself is stunning. I've never been there before. It was never even on my list to go there, but now I would highly recommend Croatia. I just thought one of my favorite things of the trip was being taken around the island on the speedboats, arriving into Dubrovnik by speedboat for lunch, and obviously another day we came down on the cable cars, arrived into Dubrovnik on cable cars. I mean, there was no expense spared. It was just unbelievable. Words can't describe how much the trip was. It was just so amazing, guys.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you very much, and good luck in UK.
What's it like
Garth,
in the
back to
UK?
you.
No,
Good
it's
luck
okay.
in the UK.
Okay, so we know that Sonia is involved in developing the market in the UK, and that she makes, I believe, a weekly trip there, and she's also becoming, as she told me at this very dinner that we're looking at pictures of, she told me about the fantastic course that she's taking about e-commerce and using all the different tools that are available on the internet for building a massive marketing organization. And so soon she'll be doing webinars and seminars to all of us about those topics. And I'm really, really looking forward to that. One of the great things about going on these trips is you find yourself sitting next to people that you've seen from afar that are part of your group, but you never got to know them personally and what they're doing, what they're excited about. And that's exactly what happened to me a number of times during this 3 to 4 day trip. Here I am with Antonella. We had a great morning of training that Joe Garcia began, and then I think everybody who was there will always remember when we see Joe, we'll feel like saying, "Oh Joe, oh Joe, oh Joe," because he told one of the funniest stories that I've ever heard. Joe's the only world leader, I think, in NHT Global who can be hilarious speaking with a translator. I've tried it many times, and the jokes just fall flat. But with Joe, everyone hits, and we were laughing and laughing, and I had to follow that guy, so that was quite a challenge. But after that, there's Joe speaking in that room. And after that, Thomas spoke, and Dalibor spoke, and Elena did, and Larissa, and Antonella, and wow, these are some of the images from the group. This is pictures of people from both Russia and Kazakhstan with Joe. They had a wonderful time. They got to stay extra days. Most people left on Wednesday, but they got to stay on until Monday. So they had many more great days. And Dalibor got up and showed us all how to dress for a holiday by the sea, wearing his suit. And then Sonia was awarded with achieving a higher level on the IRP through Antonella. And congratulations to her. And there's Elena Kuzurova, who's gold director, and she's been in business for a long time, building Russia and Kazakhstan, and now she has the markets as well of Latin America. We follow that by having another great dinner a lunch in the hotel, and maybe, Dalibor, if you have another person who'd like to come on and share now, that'd be great.
Yeah, what about Lauris? Lauris, can you share with us your experience with the trip?
Hey. So can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Great. Yes, so Garth already told many beautiful things what we had and showed really nice pictures. And but I still love this, fantastic experience what you can get on these incentive trips. And I see that NHT really did a fantastic work on these trips. And, those trips are unforgettable. Like we had these beautiful landscapes and sightseeing, speedboating, which was really fun. Of course, delicious food, as you see, in the finest restaurants. It was all there, yeah, and also sport activities like this. And yeah, so I think it's something great to experience, like event with friends. And as I mentioned also in one of the videos, that those friends are becoming like family. You're meeting them, you're discussing, let's say, a lot of things and business-wise, not only. And of course, I'm looking forward the next year in Spain, which will be a little bit longer incentive trip. And of course, I would like to see more people on these trips. But basically, those are fantastic trips where company really spends a lot of money, so we can enjoy it.
Yes, thank you, Laris.
Sure.
Okay, here I feel embarrassed to say this, but almost every competition that we seem to have on these trips, Thomas Knopek is a winner, or is certainly the most fiercely competitive person. And in this particular one, which involved diving, he was without a doubt the champion. And I only found out from him later that when he was a young man, he was actually a snorkeling instructor, and this was just the easiest thing in the world for him. He was a seasoned pro, and so I don't think he revealed that information before the competition, but he was a great champion. Okay, keep going. I hope there's a next slide.
Well,
there should be a whole lot more.
Yeah, there was just 3 empty slides. I don't know why.
Oh, that's because I was hoping that you were going to insert some speedboat challenge pictures.
Okay. Which
Okay.
didn't happen.
Yeah, okay, keep going. There we go. So, of course, just like if you're going on a cruise, which, by the way, I sat next to a gentleman who told me so much about cruises, and that he and his family went on fantastic cruises. And so that was another experience of me getting to know people much, much better than I ever imagined. But this was right in Slano, in the village where the hotel is, and we went out to this restaurant where they fed us. And by the way, we often got fed such a ridiculous amount of food that I felt like I was on a cruise. And we would just look at the waiters like, "Oh my God, you're bringing more? Please stop. Have mercy on us." So if you're somebody who likes to eat a lot of great food, definitely go on an NHT Global incentive trip. And here's the corporate staff ladies that were with us for the whole time. And here's a great table. Dalibor, can you say anything about this table?
Yeah, it's a half Swedish table, then Latvian, Czech, and Ukrainian part of the table. And let me try to connect with Karina. I don't know if she is available, if she got her mic on. Karina, can you talk, or maybe it doesn't work. Maybe I can try Jan. Jan, can you share your experience with the trip, if your mic works? Jan from Denmark. Probably not, doesn't work.
Is there a particular button that they can push that unmutes them?
Yeah, actually, I unmute them, but if they have their own mic muted on their end, I can't do anything about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Garth, so you can continue.
Okay, go ahead and go to the next slide. Wow. I must say, and you'll see some pictures that show it, on this trip, even though I've known Joe since my very beginning with NHT Global, and I knew of him and Dan Cato in the first company I was with in network marketing in America. So I've known this guy for a long time, seen him all around the world, many trips with him. But I have to say, this trip brought me closer to Joe and to Margaret, and to knowing and understanding this guy, and especially knowing how fantastic he is with children, because my kids absolutely adored him. So can we go to the next picture? That evening, when we got back to the hotel, we found out through Miriam that her mom, Isa, could play piano quite well. And so the hotel was kind enough to let Isa sit down at the piano, and we enjoyed listening to her play and listening to her many, many apologies because she hadn't played and practiced in a long, long time. But we were extremely thankful, and all of us pretty much humbled because none of us could do what she was doing at the piano. So that was pretty great. Next picture. Here he is. Joe is just really a big kid. And here he's got our boy Kiki holding him up in the air, getting ready to throw him in the water, which Kiki loved. Sonic is dancing on the poolside because they're having such a fantastic time. And out of the picture is little Sebastian watching with envy, wishing Joe was holding him in the air. Next picture. And after the Europeans left, Joe and Margaret came to the apartment that Anna and I rented by the sea and spent time with our family. And that was just really a wonderful visit. And he also gave a gift to each of the boys. I think he gave them each 20 euros, which we translated, or I don't know, whatever, exchanged into Czech currency when we got back here. And the kids got some stuff, but they also bought some special Croatia gifts while they were there with the money from Joe. And they're really appreciative of gifts, of course. Then we went to the restaurant Orson, and this is one of the best restaurants in Dubrovnik, and it's right on a beautiful harbor. And I think you've already probably seen some of the great videos that were made right there at the restaurant Orson. We did interviews, and they were really, really fantastic. Dalibor, I need to go from the microphone just for a second. Can you take over? Talk about this lunch?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I can't tell you much about the food because when the food came on the table, I didn't talk to anyone. I was just enjoying it. And I guess everyone enjoyed the food during the whole trip. The experience of sitting, you know, on the almost on the beach or in the harbor, having nice lunch with a lot of people from the team. Nice sunny day. It was, I think it was like close to 30 or maybe over 30 degree. And then when we came back, I can remember that few more days we had like 26, 27 here in Prague, and then boom, it was like 10 degree, and I still remember all these beautiful sunny days. So as you can see, we really enjoyed it. You can see the tables there, the plates with all the food. So Gard, do you want to talk about the trip with on the cable car?
No, I'll let you go ahead and talk about that. I do want to say I apologize that once we got to the top, you can go to the next picture. And I can say that there were these tables with, if you look closely at the table, there's these round things with chocolate on top of them. And, you know, I don't even usually eat dessert, any. Because I'm on kind of a special diet, but these things were so incredible. I think I just went from table to table acting like I wanted to chat with people while I just devoured one after another after another. I never did anything like that in my life. They were so good. Go ahead, Dalibor.
Yeah, the cookies were fantastic. Look at the beautiful view. It was like in the desert, some mountains in the back. And then we had actually a competition. We were playing, I can't remember the game. It was something like the French.
Go ahead. Next picture.
Yeah. This like French, they call it pétanque. I don't know. I can't remember how they call it in Croatia.
Bull.
Okay, whatever. But it was a real fun. And then around the corner, we had archery competition, which actually my wife really enjoyed. And she said, we have to go for some archery when we come back in Prague, because I was doing archery years ago and I really enjoyed it. And surprisingly enough, I hit the bull's eye from 2 shots. So I really enjoyed it, and I at least made some points from my team at the time.
Yeah, let me just kick in for everyone
Yep.
to know, Dalibor, nobody else of the over 40 people who were on this incentive trip hit more than 1 bullseye, and you hit 2.
Yeah, but
So
I was practicing years ago, you know, so.
Yeah, well, I remember you finished, told me what you did, and I was going to go and shoot the arrows, and you said, "Yeah, it's a piece of cake, nothing, it's easy." Yeah, and then I
It's
shot
like
an arrow.
driving, it's like riding a bicycle. If you learn it once, then you never forget it.
Yeah, well, I rode my bicycle right over the top of the target, and it went flying off in the mountains somewhere. Okay, go ahead. What are we looking at?
Okay, well, then we just drive the cable car down to the Dubrovnik city, to old Dubrovnik, which you can see on the picture behind the girls. And it was like a Dubrovnik run, because we didn't have much time. We had to run for the dinner because everybody was hungry after the lunch, I guess. So it was like 1.5 hour on the city walls with the guide. She was amazing. She was trying to show us as much as she can, but I would really enjoy, you know, maybe one day in the whole city to spend, to have time to walk around. But it was great that we had a chance to see almost everything in the old city. So you can see the beautiful city walls here on these pictures, and the beautiful views. I remember that there was some point where it was so romantic. I don't think I'm a super romantic person, but at that point I felt like, oh my God, this is the best view from the restaurant what you can ever dream about. So we're finishing our tour here. Joe is trying guillotina, if it works. Hopefully it didn't. And then we are running for the dinner, right? So Garth, you are a specialist in food, so go
No,
ahead.
go back 1 picture.
Okay.
We were told after the group left and we were there in Croatia and talked about it a little bit, we were told by the one of our drivers that the people who live in the city, in this area, they are just sick and tired of the fact that their town was used for many shots in a TV series called Game of Thrones, and that there are many different locations, and that they're just inundated with tourists who want to go there and have their picture taken. This is one of the most famous. Joe actually informed us that one of the episodes that he saw that stood out the most happened right on these stairs. And so Dubrovnik is just overwhelmed with tourists. And if you can at least go sort of in the shoulder season, or when it's not so crowded, that's what I would highly recommend. Go ahead. Well, we had a wonderful dinner that day. We went into this big courtyard with this big restaurant, and we had multiple tables, of course, and we had excellent food and great time together. Next picture. And you can see Joe and Margaret there, and Thomas and Lauris and Miriam. Okay, go ahead. And yet another table, and I had more. I didn't include all the pictures I had of the Russians, but I had many of those as well. Keep going. This guy was a very good singer, and he really knew how to inspire people to want to get up and dance, which is absolutely one of my favorite things to do. And I was so thankful when we finally got up and we were dancing. Next picture. And after, I think, 2 dances, we were informed by the staff, corporate staff, that the buses were waiting and that we needed to leave. And I'm telling you, this group could have stayed there till at least midnight, but the buses came at 10, and we had to go back to the hotel. A great group, and I hope that we will start the dancing much earlier when we go to Spain. And this is a picture of one of the biggest groups. There were different send-offs at different times because of different flights from the airport, but this was one of the biggest groups leaving, group photo. And there should be another one. Here is when Antonella left. I think she left rather early. Okay. Now, after the Europeans left, Russians and Kazakhs stayed on, like I said, until Monday, and we had a dinner at the hotel where I was very thankful that you can see my wife standing next to me in that beautiful outfit, and our boys in the foreground. And we really had a wonderful conclusion to this incentive trip with the Russians and Kazakhs. Really great. Yeah. And now, Dalibor, I'm going to let you talk about the Spain incentive trip.
Okay, so guys, I know that many of you who are on this call, you were there in Dubrovnik, but many of you were not there. And if you liked what you've seen on this call and you would like to be part of it next year, we have an incentive trip to Spain, which will be much longer. It will be about, if I'm not mistaken, about 6 days. We will be in Madrid, and then we fly to Mallorca. So I believe that you really enjoy it. You just have to qualify. You know the qualification requirements. It's in your back office. If you are not part of our team yet, then this is something what is waiting for you when you just start working. You just have to, recruit new people and do the business, and then the company will pay you all expenses paid trip and will send you to this trip. You don't have to pay for the trip, for the plane tickets. You don't have to pay for the hotel. All the trips and food are included, and you just enjoy it. You can even take your spouse with you if you qualified for that level, and you just enjoy it. And you have your vacation pretty much taken care of by the company. It's great experience, great places to go, of course, and I believe that it will move your business and your belief level to the company, to the products, to completely next level. Because when you see all these people, when you hear them sharing their experience with the products, how they helped their friends or themselves, you really realize that what we are doing here makes sense. That it makes sense in building a business where you are actually helping people. So if this call got you excited, just get back to work, get back to your sponsor, your group, and ask them what you should do in order to qualify. It's very simple. You just have to show the business, show the products, you know the story. And I'm looking forward to meet with you next year in Spain. And before I wrap up, I just want to mention a few things for new people and for people who are still waiting for their decision or to the decision to be made. We have a couple of new things in Europe. First of them is preferred customer program, which actually can give you 25% off of wholesale price on the product. So if you are not sure if you want to join the business yet, that's okay. I usually suggest people, and specifically women to try the product first, because they just have to, we just have to be sure that we are, you know, selling something what makes sense, what really works. So the best way how to do it is to sign up as a preferred customer. You get great discount. You don't have to buy the whole, you know, bunch of products. You can just buy 1 or 2 or 3, whatever products you like. If you are interested only to be a customer, then you just keep buying some products over the year. You have to accumulate like 300 BV, which is nothing over the year, and you are part of the preferred customer program. And if you change your mind, if you keep using the products for, let's say, 2, 3, 4, 6 months, and you can see the benefits, and you decide to promote the business and the products, and you want to, you know, make money with it, then you can easily switch your position into business position, and you can start signing up distributors. You can start selling the products through your online store and be part of the business. And of course, you can participate on the incentive trips, promotions, and all these other stuff. Then the other new thing is fast track. What is fast track? If you've seen the presentation a couple of months ago, then you know that we have bronze, silver, and gold and platinum. And actually, fast track is a program which actually helps you to get to better conditions for less price and kind of faster. So people who struggle, you know, with getting the money for gold package or platinum package, they can always start with a lower position and get better benefits even on these lower positions. Just if you need all the details, just get back to the person who invited you to the presentation or showed you the NHT business, and they will explain you more. And the other thing is promotions. Recently, we've seen many different promotions from the company. They are doing great job on that. Just yesterday, we had a free product promotion for 1 day. I think was just 1 day for one product. We have birthday promotions. So in the quarter, if you have a birthday, you have certain products with 90% discount. So you can get the products for whatever, 2-5 euros, which is amazing, and you can really benefit on that. And there are many other promotions. So if you are already part of the business, you are receiving all these emails. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you guys for sharing the opportunity. Yeah, Garth, go ahead.
I just wanted to make the comment that many times leading up to qualification for incentive trips, like this upcoming Mallorca and Madrid trip, we have had tools, very effective tools, like PowerPoint presentations, and people's experience. But now we also have a great video that the company has created. And a suggestion I would make is save that video on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop, and every time you present the business to somebody and you're talking about the lifestyle of being in the business, promote that trip. Put the seed in people's minds that they're going to be in Spain, as well as you, as you're presenting it with your high belief level that you're going to qualify and be there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to bring my wife and kids again, because now we're just hooked on incentive trips as a family. But use that video because, gosh, video is just everything now. I mean, every news website, everywhere you look, it's about video. It's just a powerful tool. Thanks to the company for creating a beautiful one. Let's use it and let's get it into people's minds. Show it again and again and again. I remember when I started in the business showing the facelift video about 1,000 times. But show that video again and again and just build momentum for this thing, because we don't want just 40 plus from Europe going to Spain. Let's find a goal number Dalibor, we got to talk with Thomas and Joe and Dan, and we got to come up with a goal number to put in front of the whole European team. And, you know, I mean, for me, I think 500 is a great number, but, you know, that's just me. If your belief level is high enough, go ahead and go for 1,000. But let's use the video. Let's promote this thing. Let's get it in people's minds. They will be in Spain. Use it as a recruiting tool. So, thank you.
Yeah, that's a great idea with the video. Thank you, Garth. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing your experience. And we are looking forward to meet you next year in Spain. So thank you very much and good night. Thank you, Garth.
Bye-bye.